Hi everyone, it's Georgia here again, and I'm back with a new build. This one is a cottage. It's called Lakeside Cottage. As I said in the last part, I'm not really good with names. I mean, coming up with names for the builds. So sometimes, even when I build without making spit builds, and I uploaded some builds to the gallery, and they have like this. I mean, these names that are not exactly original, and most of them are actually in Italian because I couldn't come up with a good name in English. So, yeah. Anyway, uh, this is a cottage, so I moved the whole build to Windenburg, not in this part, but in the next part. And yeah, because I thought that, the whole Tudor cottage style would blend in a little bit better in Windenburg than in Willow Creek. Anyway, I cut out a few parts, so that's probably why the camera is like going around like crazy. And I mean, I had a little bit of trouble with the program, with the recording program. Not exactly the recording program, but I mean the program that I used to edit the videos, and it did this weird thing that I couldn't figure out why. So yeah, sorry about that. It's kind of it looks like. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, so I built this cottage for a family that I'm currently playing with, and it's a pretty interesting story actually. I had this sim, and he was a doctor, and he married. I think she's one of the pre-made sims from San Myshuno. She's the girl in the karaoke legend household. She's the girl from that household, the one with the pink hair. And anyway, she married her, and they had a child, and they lived in this super big apartment in San Myshuno in Uptown, and they were kind of rich because she was pretty big in the political field, and he was like super paid doctor because he's at level 10 of his career, so he's the head of the department. No, actually, he's the head of the whole hospital. Now that I think about it. Anyway, yeah, I just moved the house here because I thought that it would look a little bit better from this side than the other. Sorry. So yeah, they had one son. Yeah, he's an only child, and he is a secret agent. So his job is to protect people because his parents. I mean, I think when you grow up and your mom is like in the charity into charity because she's a politician, but the charity branch, and your dad is a doctor. You just want to help people. So I guess I mean being a secret agent is one of the ways to protect people in The Sims 4, I guess, unless you become evil, which is one of the choices that you can make with the secret agent career. Anyway, he's a secret agent, and as soon as he moved out of his house, he was looking for a house that wasn't exactly in the city. He wanted to be a little bit away from the city where he has grown up. And I don't know. I've always pictured a secret agent like someone who really doesn't want to live in the city, or maybe he wants to live in the suburbs or in the country because maybe it's a place where you cannot connect with a lot of people, which is an important part of your job because you don't have to be that much you don't have to be recognizable for a lot of people. I'm not a secret agent, so even if I were, I probably couldn't tell you. So I guess it's part of the job. Anyway, at first he moved to Forgotten Hollow. He met Lilith Vature, which is one of the pre-made vampires of Forgotten Hollow. She's the Caleb Vature's sister. I'm sure if you have the Sims 4 vampires, you know who I'm talking about because in Forgotten Hollow, there are three pre-made vampires. The Vature, who are Lilith and Caleb, and then there's Vlad, who actually was one of the founders of the town. Anyway, they met. They kind of fallen in love, but not really because he was really into her, but she really didn't care. They moved in together, and after a while, she got pregnant, and they had a baby. a little girl. And then she left. Lilith left, went back to her brother, and my poor Sim, whose name I currently don't remember. Sorry, I'll look it up for the next time. He was just, really, really hurt, and he had to, I don't know, he just had to figure something out because he had a little child. She was a newborn, and he decided to move from Forgotten Hollow to Windenburg, and yeah, he moved to this nice, really nice cottage. He decided to move to Windenburg, sorry, because his parents had moved there after retirement, and they had bought another cottage in the same neighborhood. So he decided to move there, but unfortunately, his dad died. Yeah, I know it's a pretty intense story. His dad died, so since that he was alone and he really needed some help with the baby, his mom moved back with him, and the three of them live in this cottage right now. It's a cute family. I actually was inspired a little bit by the planting challenge that I had completed with this family. In fact, the grandmother or the mother of my sim is actually a sim plant. Plant sim, sorry. Plant sim. So yeah, I put like the object that comes from the sims, the plant sim challenge, the tree, but not the whole tree. I mean, so that you maybe can download this lot and do your plant sim challenge. It's not on the gallery yet, but it will be, I guess, as soon as this video comes out. Also, I have to say, it was pretty, sorry about that again. It was pretty weird because when I downloaded this, I mean, since that I had to move it, I had to actually put it in another neighborhood. So I had to delete one of the houses that was already in the neighborhood and put this one. And it a really annoying thing happened, which was that it deleted a lot of the objects that were in, especially the landscaping. I mean, the inside, the furniture was not touched by this at all. I mean, the furniture is it's all there, but I put like ivy on the walls and a few plants, and they completely disappeared. And other things like the ivy were basically moved from. I don't know why the game just moved from a piece of wall to the other. So I found like pieces of things inside the house. It was really weird and super annoying. So if that happens, I'm sorry, but I really don't know what to do because it happened to me too. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. About the build, it's gonna be a three-part because I guess I said this. It took me like an insanely amount of time to build this, especially to furnish it. It usually doesn't take me that long to furnish, but I just couldn't make up my mind to what style to go with. So in the first part, it's gonna be like me trying different kind of couches because I just couldn't find the right couch. Also, this part with the like the little porch, it was really difficult because if you had to scale up and raise up, the grass, basically. So if you download it, it should still be there because it was when I did. But since that it's kind of in your way if you play on the ground floor and on the first floor, I suggest that in gameplay you delete that and you just leave the little porch like that because it's not bad, it looks good this way. And I really suggest you delete that because as I started to play it, I realized that it really was I mean it was really in your way and you couldn't see your sims inside. So I mean that's just a suggestion. If you don't want to delete that, don't delete that. um, so yeah, the style is pretty much kind of classic, but there are a few modern parts. Not a lot, but like there is. You're not gonna see this in this part, but I'm gonna add a room, and in that room is gonna be a little bit more modern because it's gonna have like a more modern couch and two modern windows, because I thought that I needed a room where the Sims could just sit and look outside, because the landscaping is definitely very rich and there are a lot of plants, and there's also a lake. Also, I'm sorry about this, but I had to cut out the landscape. I mean, I don't remember. I guess it should be in this part. There's a little bit of landscaping on the front, and I didn't cut that out. But what I did cut out was the last landscaping, which happened in the very end of the build, and it should have been included in the third part of the build, but honestly guys, it was taking me so long, and I didn't want this to be like four part build, because it really, I mean, it's not that big and it's not that complex, so I was like, oh, maybe I should cut that out. And that's what I did. Actually, it didn't take me that long to landscape, but I couldn't know. When I started to record, I couldn't know how long would that. I mean, could have taken. It didn't take that long, but it was still pretty long. So yeah. Anyway, you're gonna see that in the screenshots, and I'm pretty proud of this, because sometimes I'm not really good at landscaping. I have to be inspired to do something pretty, because what I learned actually playing The Sims and watching even other videos is that I was probably doing too much with the landscaping. I learned that sometimes less is better, and you have to put a few rocks in it and a little bit of terrain paint. And it's actually not that hard, because landscaping was usually my nightmare. It used to be my nightmare when I started to build on The Sims 4, because my problem was that I put too many plants basically, and it looked not good. So I started to add less plants and maybe some rocks, as I said, a little bit of terrain paint, and maybe, I don't know, a little lake, or a fake lake, of course. Or, I mean, you can put a real one with the by debug mode, the debug mode. Sorry. I actually put lake in this build from the debug mode, which is the small one from, yeah, I guess it's the one from Willow Creek and not from Oasis Springs, because the other one has like sand, yeah. So it wasn't exactly it didn't really fit in this build. Anyway, your Sims can fish or look for frogs, and I think it looks pretty nice in the end. I put some plants and rocks around it so that it looked more natural and blended in with the build. Here, yeah, I mean, I couldn't just pick a window for that part. Basically, the fact that the roof was there was, I don't know, was really annoying, because I couldn't figure out how. I couldn't find the right window. There were just so many, and none of them looked right. Yeah, just sometimes making decisions is not my forte. I mean, if something doesn't exactly, if I don't like something like 100%, if I'm not 100% sure to put that something in, then I don't put it, and I just look for something that actually looks good for like even hours. So that's basically a problem if you're recording, because you have to cut out the parts that are too long, because people cannot watch you trying to decide what to put there for hours. Anyway, I skipped the room making of downstairs, because that took a very long time too. So here we are. The house is pretty much done. It's gonna be really stony. I mean, it has a lot of stone and a lot of wood, because that's how I figured a cottage would be like. And at first I wasn't going with the whole cottage style or vibe. I just wanted a very natural house. But then, I don't know, this came out, and yeah, I just went with it. You know, my favorite room in this build is probably the kitchen. You're gonna see why in the next part when I'm gonna furnish it. So I'm gonna cut this room, the room that I'm currently working on, in two, as I was saying, to create this little room that you can have access from the dining the dining room. It's not gonna be. I mean, at first I was gonna do a very big dining room, but then I went like, oh, I don't really like that. I mean, I could have, but I don't know. I just really wanted to cut it and have like a separate room. Yeah, sorry about that. It was just sometimes it just because of what the roof looks like. I mean, the shape of the roof, the camera went just like up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm like, no, just stop, please. Um, yeah, I'm pretty happy how actually it turned out to be. I spent, as I said, a long time. Also, there's something weird that you're gonna notice because there is a toddler room. This is the master bedroom, and the other one is the toddler bedroom. And the weird thing is that I built a green toddler bedroom because I don't know, maybe your sim has a girl, has a boy, maybe they like green, maybe they like yellow. I don't know. I just thought I would go with a neutral color, you know. So it's you can see me building and it's green. You're gonna download it and it's green, but in the screenshot it's gonna be pink because I forgot to take the screenshots, so I had to take them when I moved the family in. And since that I forgot, I had to do it when I was already playing with them for a while. So I had already turned all of the objects in the room from green to pink because my sim had a little girl and he's very proud of her. So I figured that it has a very, you know, she's daddy's little princess. So I figured that she would have a very princessy and pink room. So in the screenshots, the room is going to be pink, but don't worry because you're going to download it and it's going to be green. Anyway, it's pretty easy to change this room from green to yellow or blue or pink or whatever color you want it to, because you just have to, you know, change all of the colors because basically the children or toddler objects all have the same colors. So it's something that you can easily do. Yeah, we're going to the end. Also, I mean, I really wanted to have like a closed entrance, but I couldn't figure out how to, you know, create a decent looking room because this part is on a diagonal, so I couldn't exactly figure out. I'm not the layout, but how to build that room without, you know, freaking out. I mean, it was looking very weird because it's a weird shape. So in the end, I don't think I'm gonna do it in this part. I don't remember honestly. It's gonna be in this or in the other part or in the next part. But I'm gonna put like a room, a little entrance area, you know, with all the objects there are an entrance area, you know, when you hang your coat or your hat, or you know, when you put your shoes. And then there's going to be the main living room that doesn't have a TV because there are going to be two living rooms, one on the ground floor that it's going to be like not formal because there's nothing exactly formal in this house, but it's going to be more like you know, where you have your guests and you entertain them and you talk to them. And upstairs is going to be another living room with the TV, so it's more for the family because I guess the first floor where the bedrooms are is more like for the family, not exactly for guests. So this is pretty much the end, I guess. It's just a few seconds to go. I'm sorry I didn't put screenshots in this part, and there are no screenshots in the next part because, as I said, I forgot them. But they're going to be in the third part. So thank you so much for watching, and bye!